Fiction.
And we are up and live.
We are live. We are live.
Scared.
And today we got everything sorted this time.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got our timer going, so we at least know what our time is on. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Slice of Mills. Don't know what episode we're on. I'm going to stop saying episodes now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just another episode with the two gentlemen on the couch.
That's us. Happiness.
Yeah. Happiness all around.
Yeah, can you believe it? The end of the year is fast approaching.
Yeah.
Hey, my word. And the pressure's coming and mounting.
Next week is here already.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's crazy to think.
And then that's the last full week of... No, it's not. November ends on the end of the week. Or start of the week.
Yeah, that's right. Ends on Monday next week. Not next week, week off.
Sunday. 2 weeks.
2 weeks from now, yeah.
Yeah. But it's just going to be over like that.
Yeah, I was just saying that there's a meeting that I run at the office, have for many years. And this morning I was just saying again to everybody, we're already on the 17th. We passed the halfway mark for November already.
Mm.
And it's like, how is it possible? It's just flown by.
Mm.
And before we know it, we'll be back in office on Monday again. And 1 week left of the month. It's crazy to think how time is passing by. And there's actually, I think there's scientific evidence that time is going faster. Although it's still the same time, but it's going faster than it used to.
Because life is moving so quick.
Correct.
There's a lot to that, and there's also biblical principles behind it as well. And also, I'm pretty sure it's in Revelations where it says time is just going to speed up.
Yeah. And also thinking about the fact that we're in a digital age, which is totally new, and how we've moved into that space now, and the amount of information that's available on hand. With all this AI stuff that's coming through. So you use, which one do you use a lot of that you ever, it almost sounds like you're having a conversation with us.
Yeah, so I've got Gemini on my phone.
Okay.
So I've got a Samsung Galaxy phone, so it's part of Samsung's offering. And it's actually Google's offering, Google Gemini. But they integrate quite closely. So that's the one I use. You can go into what's called live chat. So you literally, it's like you're chatting with someone.
Yeah.
But it's got access to the full internet, and you can even share your screen. When I was bored one day and I got stuck with solving a Rubik's Cube, I put it on the camera and asked it to help me solve a Rubik's Cube. Yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I could follow the instructions better, we could have solved it a lot quicker. But eventually after I told it, no, tell me to turn the left side up and right side down or whatever. He's like, okay. Just obviously still trying to figure some things out, but that's the main one I use on my phone.
Yeah.
But for work, the tools that I use is ChatGPT.
Okay.
Because it's just very efficient. I haven't tried Grok yet, but I saw Russell was using it the one day. It seemed to be quite good.
Yeah, I've also found it to be a great alternative. It's interesting to see that AI is becoming such an integral part of life today.
It's a brilliant tool. If you don't use it, then you're behind.
Correct.
Like the amount of work that I got done when I really had to lock in and finally focus. Today was, I don't know if I said it in the last episode as well, but it seems to be most days are just frustrating at the moment. But anyway, it was one of those where as soon as I start building momentum, someone sends a message, someone sends an email, someone calls, and it changes my trajectory. It's so difficult to try and get back onto your path and try and generate momentum and start getting stuff done again. Because every time when you just start going, just start writing an email, just remember where you were, just remember what you're supposed to start doing, someone calls. Yeah, so it broke my momentum a lot, which is quite frustrating.
Very, very annoying.
Yeah, but once you got through that, then when I got to the email that I needed to, then just using Gemini, ChatGPT, telling it, hey, listen, I'm working at a property company. I need to send an email to owners, tenants, and what. Here's the full brief of the story. Draft me an email for the owner. Draft me an email for the tenant. Draft me an email for the contractor. That's it. All three emails, instead of me having just type them all out, I give background story once and ask it to develop it 3 times, and I just tweak it, send it through. Done.
And you speak it?
No, I type it all out.
You type it all out.
My computer doesn't have a microphone.
Because a colleague of mine showed me a couple of weeks back. I didn't know that you could actually speak and record. And he was doing this thing. He was having this conversation with ChatGPT. We call it Chad. And he was just saying a couple of things, and it would just come up and say, "Great, thank you," and boom, there we go. It's most amazing thing. So I think for me, one of the things I need to learn is how to prompt Chat GPT correctly so that it can be to my benefit.
Okay.
You know,
I can give you a few little tips on that.
Yeah.
I can give you a few little tips on that. So it's like a calculator. It's only as smart as the instructions that you give it. So you can't type 2 + 2 on a calculator and expect it to be doing fractions for you. You've got to give it fractions and be like, hey, listen, this is what I want.
Okay.
So the more clear you can be with it, the better your outcome will be. So let's say, for example, if you're going from text to image, if you're doing a text to image generator, if you just say, give me a purple and black background of a futuristic alien or a futuristic alien world, then it's going to just generate its own thing. And you might find you have to refresh 5 or 6 times before you find anything that you'd like. But if you tell it, I would like a purple alien floating in space, with leaving an alien planet in the background that is also purple, a slightly lighter purple or whatever, and you explain in depth as much as you can, and you add ultra realism, and you just give it more instructions. As much instructions as you give it, when you generate your image, it's going to be closer because it knows what to hit. So same thing with, I've got a brief that I give ChatGPT every morning. I say, good morning, ChatGPT. I am working for this rental agency. I'm in process of sending emails to the owners, contractors, and tenants. The following email is a draft 4, and then that's my brief. And there's a few more details I add in there, like please don't change the core content. So if I say the tenant it will be paying for something, then don't say that the owner will pay for something. Keep it that the tenant is going to be paying for something. There's so many times when I've written an email and I said, the owner confirmed they will pay for this. Then when I ask it to redraft the email and write it for the owner's perspective, then it says, the tenant confirmed. No, the tenant didn't confirm. You're supposed to say, the ChatGPT is supposed to say in the draft email, thank you for confirming you will pay. So now that I've added in just that little prompt saying, please keep the core content the same, and then I've even given in brackets a comment saying, if I say the owner will pay, then keep that consistent throughout the emails.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's literally like 5 lines of an instruction, but I've now sorted it out one time. And even once you do get responses that you want,
yes,
you can tell ChatGPT, make me a prompt to use next time in the chat.
Oh, wow. Make me a prompt.
Yeah.
Goodness
that will give me this result. And I've done it before as well. Inspection reports, some of them go past 30 pages or 20 pages is even, 20 pages is really starting to push it. And normally I go through all the items and I note what's the most important. But now what I've done is also just taught ChatGPT, if I upload it and I say to you, listen, please give me a summary of all the OTTN, which is owners to take note comments.
Okay.
So all of them were on every page where it says OTTN, take out the item, take out the comment, take out the condition, put it in a column, and then add in 2 extra columns saying suggestion and something else.
Amazing.
Yeah. So
absolutely amazing.
It took me 4 or 5 tries with it because we're on the free version. So it took me a few times to get it right. Then once I got it right, I said, okay, generate me a prompt to use in future that will give me exactly what I'm looking for.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fascinating to see that we've got technology that can make technology work better. And it's nice to have that. I think it's a handy thing to work on, and I'm learning in my own work environment, how to improve the syntax and all the different odds and ends that they talk about, so that our writing is more professional or comes across better. And it's always important, though, I have found, to bring your flavor to the message.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people make the mistake of Okay, ChatGPT's done it, bang it in, and there we
Copy
go.
paste, done.
Yeah.
No proofreading, no editing.
Yeah.
No,
Absolutely
Yeah.
important.
Yeah, so that's what I was just about to say as well. It's a tool. It's not your brain. It
Exactly.
doesn't think for you. It's a tool that you should use to assist you doing your job.
100%.
So that's exactly how I see it. It's exactly how I use it. So I draft the initial email, or at least if I don't have time to, then what I'll do is I'll just put the bullet points down where I'll say, dear tenant name, don't even say, yeah, okay, hope you're well.
Yeah.
Thank you for reporting issue. Issue is great. Owner has given approval. Please expect call from Rian, our plumber, and then add the plumber's number in there. Kind regards. That's all I will say. And I'll say, this is a rough draft of an email. Please expand it. Here's the previous email correspondence. And then it can fork out whatever you'd like and push out whatever you'd like, or just emails. And then you can use that template. But then you build the relationship. I've built the relationship with the tenant and the owner and the contractor.
Absolutely.
So if the contractor receives this thing, it's like, huh? What?
True.
I now know how Rian wants to receive his emails. Rian is a plumber. I now know how the plumber wants to receive his emails. First, he doesn't like emails. He prefers WhatsApp. So I write an email bare bones because he doesn't have time to read through them all.
Yeah.
So I just say to him, listen.
He wants instruction and move.
Yeah. Go to this place, do this thing, send me a quote or just address. That's it on the email. Then on the WhatsApp, send him a picture, say to him, I sent you the email, just look for it. This is what we want from you. That's it. Straightforward, simple. Yeah.
I like that. That's very, very handy.
Yeah. Again,
I think
it's the tool, and you need to use it as the tool. Don't let it do the thinking for you. It can give you some ideas, generate some ideas, but that is actually where we are. We are the idea generators. I'm very tired as well.
Yeah, I've actually noticed with some of the stuff that I've been doing that initially I've allowed GPT to put a lot of stuff out for me, but then what I've realized is that I need to proofread, as you mentioned, and I proofread and then I alter, and sometimes it actually adds words in that are not necessary. And obviously, being South African, we speak in a South African way. And so you have to take that out and put in how it would be read as a South African.
Yeah.
And it's
almost like an accent.
Correct, yes. Yeah. I was speaking to one of our guys that does sales in the company, and he comes across like a real khatkhaba, so like a real common kind of person in some of the way that he communicates to entrepreneurs. And I just said to him, you need to remember that you can't speak like your chummies, your buddies on the weekend, your friends and family and stuff like that. You're in a business, a professional environment. You need to talk like a professional and come across in that same manner. So it's been interesting to talk to him about that and to see how he's now learning to speak a lot better. And we're taking some of the text and some of the conversations that he's having, and copying that and reading that into TAD and asking Chad to reword in such a way so that it sounds more professional and proper business English. And so now we did a little bit of that, and then we still had to tweak it for him so that he could correctly speak to people instead of humming and hawing and flapping and whatever else.
That's another one. Again, it's a tool. So use the tool to your advantage.
Totally.
If you don't understand something, if you're not, another update.
Yeah.
It frustrates the dunguses out of me because now it's quit out of everything. So now our timer is gone and the app that I had open is gone. Now it will time out.
All right.
So excuse me for 2 seconds. What were we just saying?
There we go. Keep it going.
Yeah. What were we just saying?
We're talking about it being a tool.
Yeah.
So applying it.
So use it if you know that you struggle with something. So for me, I was struggling to hit the brief with the emails, especially when I started out. I was still trying to learn the maintenance system and how to communicate with owners, like to explain things to them. So I would know, okay, listen, the contractor told me that the toilet doesn't flush because the flush mechanism is broken. So I'm like, okay, your toilet's broken. And now the owner's like, what? Why? Explain to me.
Exactly.
I don't understand. I've just had it repaired. This type of thing. So I've now learned the art of firstly explaining it better. And I asked ChatGPT to explain to me. We're just going to refer to him as Chad now.
Yeah.
I asked him to explain to me, what is it that differs between my email, which I've drafted and sent to my boss, and the email that she's reverted back? It says here's key things that have been taken away. There's more background that's been given. There's more clarity on the description that's been given. There's more clarity on the next steps that are going to come. And it gives more of a full idea. So instead of me just saying, hey, tenant reported the toilet is leaking, can we fix it? I say, no, the tenant reported that the toilet is leaking based off of the description received from the tenant on this date at this time, received via WhatsApp. Here's a screenshot. We can base this description that says this, that it's the cistern that is leaking, or it is the base of the toilet that is leaking. Based on this, could we send out our plumber to go and, number one, assess the option, assess it, or number two, just address it straight away? Now, between the first email and the second email, you get, as the owner, a full idea of what's happened, when the tenants reported it, how the tenants reported it, what's the next steps.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah, so now the system's running smoothly. I've got a good idea. The other thing that I've learned is when things come in is to tenant, contractor, owner. Always think TAC. Tenant, TOC. Tenant, owner, contractor. TOC. Yeah, so I just taught myself that. Whenever something comes in, one update from someone, how does it affect the tenant, the owner, or the contractor? If it does affect them in any way, even if you just need to provide them an update, provide them an update so they can plan and work things around.
And is there a specific order? Because you say TOC, what about COT, COT?
Doesn't really matter.
Okay.
COT would confuse me a little bit because we work with COT, which is City of Tshwane.
Okay.
Yeah, so if we say COT, then people will know that. So
yeah, okay.
But yeah, more like if the owner
they would
comes
assume
says,
that, yes. Okay.
Yeah, if we send the email to an owner, then and the owner comes back, then I've got to think, how does that affect the contractor? How does it affect the tenant? If a tenant sends in and says, no, I can't meet the contractor on Thursday, then I've got to say, okay, listen, does it affect the owner? Not really, but I can just let them know there is a delay.
Yeah.
So like this type of thing.
I like that.
Yeah.
So
after that little tangent explaining about how the things work, the point is the emails, I asked it to show me what's the difference between the two.
Okay.
So a very, very simple example. When I would write an email, I would say, I'm just quickly explaining. I'm just quickly asking, or I want to ask this. A way better way to write it is to say, I am writing to follow up on. I am writing to give an example. I am writing to explain the situation. So, or we are writing. I like to use that language as well. That's another thing I learned. It's not personal language anymore. It's now it's generalized. Yeah. So just
neutralize it into a more open space. Yeah. I like it.
And to be speaking of neutralizing, using more neutral language, not saying you reported this. So just say it was reported.
Yes.
That type of thing. So that's.
It's amazing how we have to twist it or tweak it. Sorry, not twist it, but tweak it so that it sounds more neutral without accusing, but the message gets carried across in the right way.
With as much info as possible. And that actually was just about to say, I had an issue today where I gave too much info to an owner. So there's a fine balance. Like the owner didn't need to know that the previous fitting had been removed and he just needed to know that the current fitting doesn't work. Can we put a new one in? And I over-explained it and got into an issue now where the owner feels like he's being hard done by because he's just paid for the last one. Anyway, so it's a fine balance. But getting back to the actual point and the chat that we were having, ChatGPT is a tool that you should use, and don't just use it to get things done. Try and use it in a way that you can learn, because if you're not learning, then you're letting it learn for you, and you're letting it get to the point where it can probably do your job for you, which makes you redundant. Yeah, makes you redundant. Not really redundant, but
No, you'll have to
Replaceable.
change. Yeah, very replaceable. So you'll have to change and pivot into a position. So here's an important thing as well is to figure out how can I work with it? How can I use it as a tool? How can I make it work for me? And thirdly, as I understand it, is how do I position myself into either or pivot into a position where the role that I take on or assume is still going to pay me what I'm earning right now if you're a salaried person, and in such a way that AI is not going to impact your role in that new position that you pivot to. The other side of it is I would strongly encourage you, all of you, is to get out there to go and learn, understand AI, understand how to work it, how it works for you, which is what I'm going to get on to that journey with. Thank you, Josh, for working on helping me with that. And we need to get Rock into that as well to see if he can understand it and utilize it to his benefit. But AI is the way. We're never going to get away from that. And
well, I don't know if we'll never get away from it. I think
it'll always be there. Yes, but it'll be a part of life.
Yeah. So I think
very integrated into life and society.
I think that's what returns to what we were saying at the beginning, where it's a tool, and if you don't use it, you can fall behind. Like,
very true.
I would be nowhere near as productive as I am now. That, like I say, takes, instead of me having to type out 3 emails with 5 minutes an email, I type out one description and explain what the background is.
Okay.
If I need to copy and paste previous emails for more background, and then I say generate me a draft for the owner, tenant, contractor, TOC, and then
good.
Yeah, then it's quick and easy. At least I've got a base to work off of, and I can tweak a few words here and there. And obviously, the more you work with it, the more it works with you as well. So it knows now that I like to say, we are writing to provide you an update on.
Yeah, because it gets accustomed to you. It learns your style.
Yes.
Interesting what we're talking about being in the digital age. The training that I do with some of the entrepreneurs often talk about the fact that when you go in and you're doing a sale to a client, don't assume that the client knows nothing. You would find that in today's day and age, 60 to 70% of the sale is already done by the time you get to stand in front of the client. And that's because they've done so much research. So because we're in the digital age, a lot of the sale has already been taken care of prior to you pitching up. The main role that these entrepreneurs are encouraged to do is to assume the facilitation of closing the deal with the client, to prove to the clients or your potential clients that you're the right option that they've been looking for, as opposed to just another one of those who knows what out there. So it's fascinating to see that the digital age has really transformed the way business is being done and will be done going forward. So it'll be nice.
Yeah. Again, guys, don't use it too much. Don't rely on it too much.
Yeah, don't.
Still keep your mind as sharp as it can be. It's a tool. It's like using a screwdriver, the internet, using a screwdriver, but now you get the access to an automatic screwdriver in a drill.
Certainly, yes.
A drill bit with a screwdriver on the end. Now all of a sudden everything's so much quicker and great and awesome. Yeah. Because now there's a torch on it and it's fast and whatever.
Yeah.
But
amazing.
Yeah, I think just don't let it overtake and do everything, because we've got someone that we know that uses it for absolutely everything.
Yeah, that's a bit ridiculous. No, it's crazy.
Too much.
Crazy,
too much. Don't let it overtake. Obviously, there's a place for giving, guiding, and giving you the best decision based off of results that are out there, but don't let it do everything. I think we even had a chat before, and we might have mentioned in the previous episode. I'm not going to put the tab up here, but we chatted about it previously, and there was a girl who actually had ended her life because ChatGPT was like, based off of your your current situation and the information provided, it doesn't seem like there is a way out. So the common solution that is out there at the moment is to end your life. And then she was like, okay, well, so be it, and then ended her life. So it is only as smart as the instructions that it gets. It is not the be all and end all. It is just like Google. It literally is just a summary of everything that's out there online. So it will give you a great summary of what's out there. But remember, it has been taught as well.
Yeah.
So it has got its own agenda. It's got its own backing. And yeah, as much as they say it's neutral, it's been proven that ChatGPT is very left wing. So if that's a problem for you, just note that.
Yeah.
And I think
actually Uncle Larry was trying to do something.
Yeah.
And it refused to give him what he asked for. This is no, it's not allowed to, it can't do that. He says he had to work another way to eventually get what he wanted. And he finally got what he wanted, but he had to hit the most. Yeah, we almost wet ourselves and laughed. It was funny. Anyway. Yeah, that was good. It's use it to your advantage. Don't squander it, and capitalize on it as much as you can for yourselves.
Yeah. If you can. If you can't, if you're a book writer, don't let it write the book for you.
Oh, please don't.
Yeah. And if
don't.
If you're in business and you've got a business idea, don't tell it, generate me a business idea for a Coca-Cola supplying company. Don't do that. It's like, well, actually, that's a good start, but don't let it do everything for you. It's got to have your own twist, because if it gives you everything, then obviously that's something that is copied from, it's something that is learned from an online link or whatever. So it would make your idea not unique. And people who know, investors in them, they will look at it and say, hey, that's just like us, guys.
Yeah, same.
I know this space. I know this thing. You've got nothing unique here. There's the door. Goodbye.
Black arts.
Yeah. Where's your uniqueness? Righty.
All right. Thank you so much. That was good.
So too. Another episode on AI.
I think
it's our third or fourth one where we've at least, the one we were speaking about dating AI, the one we've spoken about it in the past, and I was speaking about it again. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in.
Slice of Mills starting out. Thank you very much. Have a great day further.
Yeah, and rest of the year. Stay strong.
Amen to that. Yep.